Forget a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Sound Wars is happening now! The Death Star is the most powerful digital audio workstation in the universe, capable of creating beats that will rupture an entire planet's eardrums. Legendary masters of drum and bass, a musical genre also known as drum printers, seek to use this tool for the good of the universe. Drum and bass masters R2DBridge and Andy C3P0 need to create the heaviest drum and bass drop ever heard, one that will obliterate the Techno Union and bring peace and varied bass lines back to the galaxy. During their work, they've been making all kinds of bleeping and blooping noises. They've twiddled all kinds of knobs and have become very familiar with the Death Star's intimate workings. Wink wink nudge nudge, eh? After many hours of work, their mixdown is nearly complete. Here on the master channel you have your hairy, massive bass section, your lower mid that, contrary to popular opinion, doesn't always shoot first, your star of this show, upper mid, and your heroine, high end. No, that's not a high from taking heroin. Heroine, mate, heroine. The height of all of their body parts is the current peak of the frequency they represent in the mix. The master producers, being the masters they are, know to high pass and low pass their EQ, meaning that there is no room for the high ground containing the likes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and no room for the minions of the Sith, not up to including Vapor, Grandma Tofkin, and the Storm Humpers. In a mix, it's important to get rid of all of the unnecessary frequencies, just as in this video it's important to get rid of too many characters that I can't be bothered to animate. It's high time our heroes use the Death Star door to compress these frequencies using the fabled trash compactor, or in real life a compressor, but instead of it being this way round, it's actually this way round, and instead of it potentially crushing the heroes to death or exposing them to a tentacle monster, it's actually helpful and will help our production heroes escape having a garbage mix. Let's simplify the compressor by looking at one aspect of the mix, the big ass, hairy ass bass frequency. Here, Chewie's peaking at -6 decibels, but as you can see, there are lots of parts of him that are well below this. This means that there are quieter bass sounds that are not very loud in the mix. A compressor can boost these frequencies, making the mix sound fuller or richer, because quieter frequencies can be made louder, which really brings out the timbre of all of the synths and instruments. Notice that the graph has changed to a volume time graph now. Think of Chewie as the master volume in a small section of the dirtiest part of the track. First of all, our heroes need to set a threshold. Everything above this value will be compressed. Then, a ratio is decided, which determines how heavy the compression is. The greater the ratio, the more compression is applied. They then need to make sure that the attack and the release times are appropriate. If the attack is too slow, the compressor will miss loud input. If the release is too fast, sounds will be compressed and then will jolt back up to being loud again. Because this is the master channel, the heroes use a fast attack time and a slow release to make sure everything is continually compressed. Not too fast or too slow, just right, like Goldilocks and the Three Bears if a bed was a compressor setting and a bear was a Wookiee.
The bear is down. Repeat, the bear is down. They've got the bear.
I think that's a Wookiee. That's a Wookiee.
No, it's not. It's a bear.
Is a Wookiee a bear control?
But wait just a minute. This little derpy Chewbacca is now far smaller and therefore quieter than before. Didn't you say you could boost these frequencies through a compressor? Well, yes, I did. The heroes used makeup gain. It was super effective. Let's go back at a Chew, and he is now much more level looking. This means that the low end of our hero's new banger is really level. Now back to our hero's master channel frequency spectrum. They can compress the frequency bands individually with multiband compression. This means that they can apply different settings to each frequency band. Some bands may be really full as it is, and may not need a great deal of compression and makeup gain. For example, the high ends of mixes often do not require extreme compression, as they are often loud enough if quality samples and synths have been used. Different amounts of makeup gain can be added based on musical tastes until something like this is achieved. But is this all the Death Star can do? No, of course not. The Death Star has far more tools than this. And now for the Death Star's ultimate weapon, the limiter or maximizer. Let's absolutely crank that shit. Now our heroes have a tune that will go off all around the galaxy, from Jabba's crack shack to Lando's shag pad. This tune will cause every disc Jedi to rewind it enough times in a row to cause all of the Sith to get melted away into nothingness.
Somebody say pull up!
And now our heroes are absolute big man, bad man Donny G's of the scene, all thanks to their knowledge of multiband compression. Or I guess they could have just used Lander Calrissian. Why can't stormtroopers ever shoot Han? Because their accuracy is so low.